Hey guys, it's Jeff and Aimee in the morning on Coyote Country, joined by Wayne Hoffman, the Mentalist.
Hey!
Thanks so much for joining us. You have an after-school event, and if you want to get your tickets, it's just $5 for the whole family. Link in the description of this video. But Wayne, here we want to show everybody what you got, because this is kind of what it's going to be like with a couple more people for the after-school event we're hosting. But this is what it's going to be like, is you're going to be reading people's minds via Zoom.
Yeah, it's a whole new thing, and it's super cool because you can do it from the comfort of your own couch, hang out with the family, and experience something super, super weird and different. I think it's time, everybody does the same thing every day. It's always humdrum. So what I wanted to do is create a show that's totally outside of the box, but in a box all at the same time. So it's and it's interactive. So yeah, just like we're talking to each other right now, everybody who joins the show, I'll be able to see them and they'll be able to see me, and I'm going to be reading people's minds right here through the screen.
Are you going to pull people out of the virtual crowd, if you will?
Oh yeah. Being that I'm a mind reader, it's boring to stand here and read my own mind. So the entire show is interactive. Yeah, I'm going to be having people volunteer as a group, where I'm going to, let's just say, implant thoughts into people's minds as a group. So everybody's going to experience something amazing. But if you want to volunteer, all you have to do is raise your hand in the video or click the thumbs up reaction button down below. And my broadcast manager will see that, and he randomly will pick people, and I'll pull them in to the show and interact with them one-on-one as well.
Well, I have a really good feeling we're going to get chosen for something, because we're the only two people here.
Right now, yes.
Well, let's get to the
VIP.
action.
Yeah.
I love this after-school event that we're doing. It's fun for the whole family. That's the most important thing. It's family-friendly. So when you're done with distant learning, hop on with Wayne Hoffman. Once again, tickets are in the description. So what do you want to, how does this work?
I know, it's crazy. So I'm gonna try something here. Earlier this morning, obviously I knew I was going to be talking to you guys today, and I just had a feeling that something was going to happen. So I made a prediction. Now, I'm not going to tell you what the prediction is, but I have my phone with me here, and I will tell you, don't do anything just yet. But this morning I posted something on Instagram for you. And it's sitting there, and it's timestamped. Now, don't look at it just yet. Well, I'll show you. I'll even show you on my phone. I'll turn around so you guys can see it. But we're going to see if it works. Let me explain everything. In a moment, I'm going to have you guys pick a card. Now, I know it's weird. You can't physically pick it because you're there and I'm here. But I'm going to have you eliminate cards until you're down to just one. So first of all, which one of you wants to do it?
Aimee.
Okay.
Who's in?
I hope I don't.
It's up to you guys.
Okay, I'll go.
All right. So here is what we got. A pack of cards. There's the beginning, the middle, and we'll call this the end. Do you want to keep the cards from the beginning, the middle, or keep them from the end? It's up to you.
End.
The end right here?
Yeah.
All right. So now I'll break it into two packs. Do you want to keep pack A, or do you want to keep pack B?
A.
A? You got it. So now let's count how many we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards here. We'll call this one 1 and this one 6. Name 2 of the numbers 1 through 6.
You already know what I'm going to do. 3.
Obviously.
Okay, 3 and one more.
1.
1, 3, and 1. Now, this is the most important decision out of the entire deck. We're down to 2 cards. You're going to keep one and you're going to get rid of one. So do you want to keep card A, or do you want to keep card B?
Let's go with A.
A? All right. Now, I'm glad you went with this card, because out of the whole deck, you guys, you made all of the decisions, every single one. You narrowed it down to the 2 of hearts, right?
Yeah.
Now, you almost went for the 10, but you chose this card to be the final choice out of the entire pack. Well, here's where things are weird. On my Instagram this morning, I posted a photo of a single solitary playing card. And I'm going to pull it up on my phone right now. And if you guys have access to your phones, which you might not, you could see too. But I'm going to pull it up and I'm going to show you. It was actually 4 hours ago I posted this. Let me see here. Let me pull it up. And it says, I have a feeling you're going to pick the 2 of hearts. It's at Wayne Hoffman.
No freaking way.
Yeah, right on the money. Yeah. I'm glad you didn't go for the other card. That would have been a terrible way to end that.
Right. And you picked the 10 of spades, but it's the 2 of hearts.
I have a feeling you're going to pick the 2 of hearts. Wow.
Yeah. So
cool. Like,
well done.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's too much time doing things I wasn't supposed to as a child, culminating into that moment. But yeah, that's what the show is like. I use social media. We're going to actually interact using beyond just the screen during the show. So it's like that. And people can volunteer to make the decision. It's kind of like a choose your own adventure show where the audience is making the decisions. They're thinking of things and I'm revealing their thoughts as we go along. So yeah.
That was so awesome.
It's so cool. Once again, Wayne Hoffman, Mentalist, family-friendly show and after-school event. Description of this video will have the link to get your $5 tickets, and you can have as many people as you can fit around your
box
computer in your quarantine box, right, like this. Yeah. So, Wayne, that's awesome. So it's so interesting when we talked to you about this on the air last week, going from doing live shows to quarantine online shows, but you're not too unfamiliar with doing shows kind of like this.
Yeah, no, I started doing what I called like distant remote shows in radio. Starting many, many moons ago, I would travel around the country performing shows, and then I would go on morning shows like yours, and I would have callers call in, and I would read their minds over the phone. Wow. So as soon as I decided to switch to a virtual format, obviously with video, it's a no-brainer. It's easy. And luckily for me, what I do translates perfectly going from live to virtual, because all I need is people. And I need people to think of things, and I can figure out what they're thinking. So yeah, I've done tons of shows, and some of these shows range from private celebrity events to huge live streams. We did one with Willie Nelson and Casey Musgraves, Billy Ray Cyrus, and I ended up on the bill, and I was reading their minds and doing all sorts of cool stuff. So yeah, and I decided, early on, I was doing these as very exclusive, high ticket events. It was $150 a ticket to come in, and the audience was small, and it was a unique experience, intimate. But I'm like, you know what? We got to make this affordable and bring it to the people. So $5 for your whole family to do something super cool and different. It's time for as many people as possible to be able to enjoy it.
Yeah. See, I'm so excited about it. We thought that life was routine before, and now it's like even more routine. So I can't wait to get my son, off of school, shut his Chromebook, and get on our computer and do this as a whole family. It's going to be so much fun.
Yeah, and it's cool to watch the different age ranges react, because if I read your mind as an adult or if I read your mind as a kid, everybody freaks out.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, it's going to be both sides of the coin. Or the adults and the kids are going to be losing their brains.
Wayne, how often do you have people say, "Oh, you're a mentalist"? What am I thinking right now?
Every day. Every day.
I'm not asking that. I'm asking, I'm sure that gets because we get it all the time in radio. We go, "Oh, you're in radio? What's your radio voice?"
Radio voice.
Right. Yeah.
So people ask you that all the time, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal. I think with a lot of professions, you don't get that need for instant gratification. If I said, "Hey, I'm a plastic surgeon," no one's going to say, "Give me a facelift right now." You know what I mean? But when you claim to have wizardly powers, I'm saying I'm a mind reader and an illusionist, and I do these incredible things. People go, "Well, cool, show me." Yeah. Right now, do some wizardry, show me something super cool, which is completely understandable. It's just one of those unique professions where you get that a lot. I remember I went to Italy. I was in Venice, Italy. I'll never forget this. I went into it was like I don't want to call it a souvenir store, but they sold Venetian glass, which is a thing collectors, if you go to Venice, it's like the thing to buy. I go into the shop and I asked the lady, they had this little glass egg. I said, "Excuse me, ma'am." I said, "How much is this?" And I guess she had seen me on television, or she knew who I was, because she turned to me and she goes, "Shouldn't you already know?" And I'm like, "Oh, no, like this random lady in Italy is calling me out, like, do something, wizard, you know. So I ended up reading her mind and doing some stuff later. But yep, it's part of the job.
That's so cool. Well, Wayne, we would love for you to read our minds one more time. Do you think you could?
Yeah, let's do it. I'll see what I can get out of your brains right now. So whose mind should I read? Let's start there.
We'll do Jeff this time, yeah?
Okay.
Cool. Let's see. Where did you grow up, Jeff?
I grew up in Maryland.
Maryland. Okay, great. So the Northeast, that's where I grew up. I grew up in Pennsylvania, actually. So that's perfect. Those are my stomping grounds of where I practice. So with that in mind, I'm going to make a prediction for you right now. I want you to imagine you go into a convenience store like a 7-Eleven, and imagine you get some change back from whatever you just purchased. You're paying in cash, no debit or credit cards, and they give you your change back. Now, I have something written here that I believe you're about to think of, and we'll see if I'm right. Out of curiosity, just say something out loud. How much change did they give you back from whatever you just purchased? Just make something up and tell us.
17 cents.
Okay, now you could have said anything up to $1 million, right? But do you find this weird? It says you will say 17 cents.
Wow.
Right on the money. Literally. I don't know if you guys can read it.
See, because I wasn't thinking 17. I was thinking something else, but he was doing that is so crazy.
Yeah.
That is weird.
That was, I know,
that
crazy
so
probably
weird.
isn't, that's amazing. That is,
I'll take it. Anything, if people call me the devil or an alien or weird, that's a compliment to me. Now, normally, obviously, we're going to be doing the show in an HD multi-camera shoot. I'm in my home office here. But when we do things like that, if there are any close-up shots, it's done in a professional studio. So this is the quick, fun version, but the stuff we're going to do in the live show.
Wayne Hoffman friend on Zoom as opposed to full-on production.
Yeah, this is the one-on-one.
Right.
You guys are VIPs, so we're doing it, you know.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wayne, when you told your mom and dad, like, this is what I want to do, or when did you say, this is what I want to do, and they were like, you're really great, you should do that? Or were they like, maybe you should do something different?
Yeah, well, it's a weird thing. I mean, like, how do you become a mind reader or an illusionist? Like, you don't, I didn't just wake up one day and suddenly, it struck me. I didn't go to Hogwarts or anything like that. So the story is, I did magic as a kid, just simple sleight of hand and fun little things. And people started to offer to pay me to do it. As a teenager, they're like, man, this is cool. Come to my party and I'll give you money. And I'm like, money? I'm like, I just do this because I love it. So between 15 and 18, I worked doing magic. And then I studied psychology at a university. And that's when I started putting the science of the mind, as I call it, into the show, or like basically the mind reading, when I started studying how to figure out what people are thinking. And at 18, it was that choice. I'm like, I'm making money doing something I really love, or I could go into the corporate world and, work the 9 to 5 doing something I'm not passionate about. So I had to make the decision. Of course, my parents were like, why don't you work for a bank and do this crazy stuff on the side, ever protective. I think my dad most certainly was a realist and was like, get a real job, buddy. But my mom, she was a ballroom dance instructor and was a little bit more like into the concept of making money, doing some type of art, because she danced and made money. So at 18, man, I flipped the switch. I said, you know what I'm doing? I'm going to read people's minds and do magic around the world for a living. And although people thought I was nuts, here we are, 20 years later, and it worked.
Wow.
That's so beautiful.
Mentalist Wayne Hoffman. I still don't know how.
17 cents.
17. I can't. My head, it hurts.
I want to know the odds because they're very.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So like, if I had to do the he said change. So like, I thought cents. Okay. First thing I thought was cents. So 0 to 99 chance that's how many cents they gave me back.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? When I say how much change did you get back, you could have had $1.87 in change. You could have had $5.87. I've had people tell me I had $300.06 in change. Of course, though, they were trying to throw me off, but I still got them.
Wow,
Wayne,
this is incredible.
Crazy.
I love it.
This is crazy. Well,
I'm so excited.
let's see. Do we have time for one more, Wayne?
Yeah, we
can
can.
stay here all day, Wayne.
I know, seriously, I'm so fascinated with this stuff. We've had some amazing acts here in Las Vegas come in and visit us, and this is why I love living in this city, is we have great opportunities, and now even with the city opening up slowly, we can do this on Zoom with Wayne Hoffman. Get your $5 tickets below. Okay, last one, I promise. Sorry, it's like dance monkey dance, but like
no. It's totally fine. This is what I do. So we're gonna have one of you do one more thing because, well, I didn't know you were gonna ask me to do something else, but I had a feeling that you might. I know this is gonna sound strange, but when I got dressed today, I put on this necklace, right? I put this around my neck, and I'm like, if they ask me to do this, I have a feeling I want to be prepared. So I put this on, and I'll explain what this is and why this is important in a second. In fact, we'll tuck it away for a moment. I need one of you to help me out. So who's in?
Aimee. No, Aimee.
You're voted in. So again, we'll make this one a quick one. The last time when you went through the pack, you eliminated it down to the 2, right? Just by choice. We'll do this the fast version. I'm going to run through the cards like this, and anytime you want to, I want you to yell stop. And wherever you yell, whatever card is face down here, we'll use. And I'll even give you the option to change your mind because there might be like a millisecond of a delay through the video. Okay. So as I go through, when I hear you yell stop, I'm going to stop. Okay, so anytime you want, just yell.
Stop.
Right there? Okay, now do you want to stay here or do you want to change it? It's entirely up to you.
I want to go back to. Were you going to say back to?
I was not going to say. Are you a mind reader now?
I want to go back to.
Oh, exactly 2. Okay. So 1 and 2. Okay. Yeah. So now do you want to stay here or change it?
We'll stay.
All right. Now we're not using this card that you see. We're using the next one down. Final chance. Keep it or change it.
Keep it.
All right. Let's see what we got. You told me to stop here, and I even gave you the option to change your mind, and you changed it. You did, and you had more than one. So you changed it to this time. You went with the 4 of hearts. Now, remember that necklace that I put on? Well, it's actually a dog tag, and I had the dog tag engraved on one side. Okay, you chose the 4. I'm going to hold this up so you guys can read what it says.
No.
The 4 of hearts? Oh, my God.
Right on the money.
Literally insane. If you didn't change your mind, the whole trick's terrible.
Yeah, I want to know what it would have been. It would have been
right.
a terrible ending for that.
That would have been terrible.
Wow. Wayne Hoffman, everybody.
That was incredible.
Thanks, that's amazing.
Guys. So great.
You can have these experiences. Trust me, it's cool watching this video, but it's even cooler when you're us.
You get to be here. Yeah.
You get to interact. So tickets below in the description. We've got a big after-school event coming up. Wayne, I really can't thank you enough for taking some time to hang out with us and calling us VIPs. You know,
of course, you guys are fun. I love it anytime. I mean, it's always great to see you, and I love being able to actually interact just as we're going to do in the show. So it's super cool.
Wayne, you promised that when this all gets past us and you're in Vegas visiting or performing, that you come to our studio and hang out?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'm in Vegas all the time doing events at all of the properties. As soon as the world settles down, I'll definitely hit you up.
Awesome.
Wayne Hoffman, everybody. Thank you, Wayne.
Thanks, guys.